we'll start with the Dirac mass or the Dirac measure, which is either 0 or 1. So yan is 0 whenever x is not an element of A and if x is an element of A. Now we want to derive what is now the distribution, the law the law of delta of this, the law of the Dirac mass or the distribution. Okay? So we want to find this distribution, and later we will go back to this distribution. Unsay na-added to. So then in order to do that, we have to use the CDF. Remember the CDF? Okay, the CDF, which is f of x, which is the measure. This is the measure, right? This is the measure of the from minus infinity to some x. Okay? So the CDF is a measure. Okay? Now, if this is this, if mauni ang CDF, then how do we remember that? Okay, ang sakwana is that you have x right here. Okay, and maybe we can just tanggalon na nato ning or since na nagamit tag A dire as a set, then let's just use that one. Okay? So the CDF, as you can see, the CDF will be 0 here. And automatically, as soon as it jumps to x, it will be 1 all throughout. Okay? It will not fall again to 0 because the CDF is the cumulative density, the cumulative probability. So meaning that the CDF of this f of x, okay, we can write this as 0 for what? X is less than equal to, let's just denote this as some mu. Okay? So x is less than mu, and then it becomes 1 for x greater than equal to mu. Okay? Now, if this is now the CDF, can we, how do we find now the density function from the CDF? Can we find the density function from the CDF? Unsay kuha na to? What was the density function? If this is the CDF, then we have f of x minus equal to df over dx. But this is quite problematic because how do we differentiate this function? In fact, this is what we call the CDF of the Dirac mass is what we call the Heaviside function. It's actually the step function. So what we will do is obtain the density function of the Dirac mass, okay? Obtain the density function of the Dirac mass from the characteristic function. So kung tanawin ninyo say definition, what was the definition of the characteristic function? We can use the MGF or the characteristic function, but I'd like to use the characteristic function here. Anyway, the difference is only the I. So psi of let's just use omega. Okay? Last time we used t, right? I'd like to use omega because we're in order to emphasize the Fourierness of this concept. So psi of omega of the Dirac mass, we can just call this delta of omega is the expectation value of e to the I omega x. Okay? And of course, from the definition, this is minus infinity to positive infinity of e to the I omega x f of x dx. But what is f of x dx? Because we don't have f of x, right? We don't have f of x dx. But of course, from this equation, we know that f of x dx is just d of f of x. Okay? So, this integral How do we do this integral? We will use the, okay, kung tanawan ninyo, if we do if we take some partitions, no, of x, and take katong mga ana dito, there is a problem here at the jump. Okay? We want to approximate this into a sum. A sum of e to the I, sum omega psi of, let's say, k, of this, we want to, ang barang kumbaga pa, we think of the Riemann sum to do this. But there, it is actually problematic. This is problematic when the Riemann sum is actually problematic to the sa jump. But instead of the Riemann sum, what we will do is approximate. What we will do is approximate this in terms of what we call the Riemann-Stieltjes sum. In fact, this is what we call the Lebesgue-Stieltjes integral. Because kanisha, we know that f is actually is a measure. Okay? So kaning form, in terms of a measure nga function kani dire, okay, is what we call the Lebesgue-Stieltjes integral. We will approximate it by a summation, and this summation is actually called the Riemann-Stieltjes sum. Okay, and this df becomes now delta f. But what is this delta f? Well, of course, we know that some delta f is just equal to f of some. We use k here, so x k minus f of x k minus 1. That's our delta f. Now, the delta f right here is always 0. Right? We have here mesh. For example, kanisha x. Let's say this could be x, some x and the x k minus 1, and then this will be, right here is xk. Right? So f of xk minus f of xk minus 1 is of course 0, right? Okay? Except whenever mu is contained in, whenever this is actually equal to 0 or 1 here, when mu, 1 if mu, okay, because we're using this, mesh, I'll just use p there, no? Not to confuse with the mu. Because I'm using mu, this is not a measure. Okay? The mu here is a number. Okay? If mu is an element of the interval x k minus 1 to x k. Okay? And of course, otherwise. Okay? So that means that as soon as the mesh, or naabot siya dire, automatically, this delta f becomes 1, right? And then 0 again. For every, okay? So from here, okay? By the way, this is called the Riemann-Stieltjes sum. Okay? The Riemann sum could not just do this. Because ang Riemann sum ang God is on delta x. We are not on delta x. Okay? We are in delta f, which is a measure. Okay? So, from here, that means that this whole thing right here becomes just equal to e to the I omega, so what do you call this Greek? C? C? Psi? C. I'll just use J na lang be. J. Okay? Now, of course, this is an approximate. This is approximate. Okay? Now, to take this one, the psi of delta, okay, meaning the characteristic function of the Dirac measure is the limit of this, e to the I omega Cj, call this one, maybe Cj approaches mu, which is just equal to I mu omega. This is now the, so, balikan natin iso niya. We'll come back to you. Take note of this one. That's the characteristic function of the Dirac measure. Okay? So, as of now, we take a detour, and then we'll go back here later. Okay. I'll introduce now okay, we had moment generating function, and now we discuss this is actually important because the cumulants will, kumbaga pa, ang cumulants plays a significant role in the distribution. Okay? So, recall that we will use the characteristic function, although you can also do this in the moment generating function. In many books, actually, sometimes they call this, the Fourier transform as the moment generating function, na yung mga ubanana. Because what you can do with the Fourier, I mean, with the I, you can also do without the I. Okay? Pero the problem is only, no, not all the I, because na requirement ka tong sa moment generating function, the continuity at t equals 0, right? Okay. So the cumulative, let's define given, okay, given, okay, I'll give a definition. Definition. So let x be a random variable. Again, we have a measure, di na ako ikuha ng measure space dire. So we have let x be a random variable, be a RV with psi x omega as its characteristic function. Okay? With CF psi x omega. Okay? Or okay lang omega, no? Ang kuan. So let this be a random variable with psi x omega. So ang kuan karon is the CGF. We call this the CGF. The CGF of x is defined as in many books, this is ang ginagamit nila is k. Okay? Kx t, this is equal to ln of psi x of t. Now, you might ask, what's the importance of this when we just take the ln? Okay? And also, some would define this as the log. Okay? Logarithm, log of psi of x. But this behaves like log. Only ang pag-exponentiate ato ang ano, no? Okay? So, or actually, you can others or log psi x. Okay? Or anyway. Okay. Now, what's the importance of this? Okay, the definition ends here. Now let's expand this one in terms of the Taylor series. So kx of t is 1 plus, diba? This is k prime x at 0 t plus 1/2 kx double prime at 0 of t squared plus and so on. Okay? Now, we will define kanisha. So, this is 1 plus, what is k prime? The derivative of the ln, that would be 1 over phi prime. So, this would be phi prime over phi evaluated at 0, t, plus, this is low d high, okay? Low d high, so that would be phi d high, phi prime, phi double prime minus high d low. So, d low, so that would be phi prime squared over phi squared. And this is evaluated at 0, t squared plus, okay, this is, okay. Now, of course, we know that this is just, unsay derivative sa characteristic, what is the derivative of the characteristic function? With respect to, evaluated at 0, that would be the mean, right? This is the mean. And what is psi of at 1? Okay, meaning psi at 1, so this is just, unsay may tabo? Ay, psi of 0, you take it to 0, so that means that if this is 0, what do you get? You get, or in general, diba, this is f dx, tama? If this is 0, so this is 1. So meaning this whole integral is just 1. So that means that the characteristic function evaluated at 0 is just 1. Okay? So, wala na ni siya. This is just 1. And we now have this. Okay, we can take this as 1 plus, okay, sa mga notation, the books, they use kappa. Kappa ang gamit, but I don't want to use kappa because it's hard to, it's difficult to distinguish it with k, so I'll just use lambda. So this is mu times, okay, anyway, let's call this lambda t plus, this is lambda, lambda 1, this is lambda 2, t squared, plus, and so on. Okay, these are the coefficients of, kaning lambda 1, lambda 2, this is lambda not dire, are the coefficients of the CGF, the cumulant generating function. Okay? So that means now that lambda 1 is actually what we call the first cumulant. Lambda 1, this is the first cumulant, which is just mu, the mean. Lambda 2, which is just equal to this one, double prime, this is just, what's double prime? This is e of x squared, right? Minus psi of, this is just the mean. So minus, okay, this is just mu squared, which is just sigma squared, meaning that the variance is the second cumulant. Okay? Now we also have the third cumulant. I will no longer calculate the third cumulant, but I want you to look for it sa derivation. This is actually called the skewness. And the fourth cumulant is the kurtosis. Now, what is this skewness and kurtosis? I will not derive this any longer because this is not a statistics, pure statistics course. This is statistical mechanics. So, I'd like you to, unsaon siya pagkuha, no? This is just, okay. Ang skewness is, we have, this is the, let's say, this is the distribution. We have the right skewed and the left skewed. Meaning, kung asa ang bugdo niya. This is right skewed to the right. This is when lambda 3 is greater than 0. This is when lambda 3 is less than 0, meaning, okay, when the kurtosis is 0, the mean, the median, and the mode will correspond. The mode is the most, right? The most frequent. The mean is the average. These are what we call mean, median, modes are measures of central tendencies. The median is halfway between sa kwan. If kurtosis is 0, then the mean, the median, and the mode will correspond to the same, How about when kurtosis is non-zero? Well, in this case, naadiri ang median. The median is the peak. No, sorry. The mode is the peak. Okay, the mean is somewhere, could be here, and the median may be here. They will not coincide. Okay, the closer is the skewness to zero, the more that they will coincide. Not necessarily Gaussian, but it's a bala. Yeah, for Gaussian, it's zero there. This one there is, this is the mode, the mean is somewhere here, and maybe the median is somewhere here. Okay? The farther they are together, the more that your central tendencies is not maglibog ka, because there are times in which it's better to use the median. Okay? For example, sa passing sa exam, kasi gigamit nila, is it the mean or the median? Naman na when you take the passing sa passing sa exam usually in the naihap, right? Pero pag i-normalize nimo, kaning mga sometimes it's good to use the median, or sometimes the mode. The mode is seldom used. Okay? There are times where we use the median, and in many cases we use the mean. The good thing about the mean is that it's very numerical. Okay? It's highly parametric. Whereas the median and the mode, these are actually usually in statistics we call them the non-parametric na mga statistic. Okay. Now the kurtosis is the flatness or the doon ni siya. For the kurtosis 0, it's well balanced. For a positive kurtosis, it's something like this. It's pointy. This is what we call leptokurtic. This is lambda 4 is greater than 0. And this is lambda 4 equals 0. And platykurtic, something like ani. No? This is lambda 4 less than 0. This is leptokurtic, platykurtic. Anyway, dili makita ni into stat. Okay, ato lang ni siyang agian. Okay? So, yeah, these are the cumulants. Okay? Now, okay. Consider a sequence of random variable. Consider a sequence of random variables x1, x2, xn, or a sequence of IIDRV. So you have now x1, x2, xn. So independent and identically distributed. They come from the same density function, the same distribution. Okay. So of course, with mean, mu, and variance sigma squared. Okay? So, ang kuha nato diri is that we want to say something about this, the collection of these random variables, functions of the combination of these random variables, which are actually identically distributed and independent. Meaning, okay, kabalo naman sa meaning sa independent. Okay? Now, let's try to look into what happens to the mean. Okay? So, define now the summation. Let's take Sn. This is equal to the sum of xk. K equals 1 to n. Okay? What happens if we add this one? We are interested. What happens when we keep on adding this random variable? What happens to the mean? So meaning we want to know what is the expectation value of Sn. So this is just E of the sum xk. Okay? And sa maning summation, what is the expectation of the sum? What is the expectation of the sum? This is the sum of the what is the expectation of the sum of independent? Okay, you have x1, di ba? So this is just equal to E of, xk, right? The sum. And this is just, what is this? This is mu. So this is, the meaning this is just n mu. That means that the mean of this Sn, of the sum, when you add this one, is just equal to n. This is the expected value. Okay, this is actually the law of large numbers. Okay, now what happens to the variance? What happens to the variance of this? So we'll take now the variance of Sn. What is this? This is E of Sn squared minus E of Sn squared. Right? So what happens to the variance now? Okay, unsa man ni siya? Now, okay. We'll tanaw nato ni siya because this one thing here, E of Sn squared is E of the sum of xk. K equals 1 to n of kani. Okay? And if we do this one, we know that this is just equal to the sum of the sum of xk times another summation here, xk, right? Now we have to do this one. Okay. Xk times xk is like x1 plus x2 plus xn, right? Times x1 plus x2. Okay? What I'm going to do is, ako ang itipon-tiponing mga same. Right? So, I'll take this one and then that. So on, right? So, I would have now a summation of xi squared, right? Tama? x1. Okay? Plus, unsay nabilin? X1, but when this is now times x1 times, I could no longer have x1. I would start now at x2, right? Tama? Plus x3 plus xn plus x2 times, I can start with x1, but I no longer have x2 here because x2 was already included there. Nakuha ninyo? So this is now x3 plus, okay, and so on. Now, this whole thing right here can be taken, this is now the sum of x, we'll just use k, xk squared plus the double sum. This is a double summation. This is xi, xj, j equals 1, I equals 1, but you have to take j is not equal to I. Dire. Kuha. But we can further simplify this because this can be notated by, this is now summation of xi squared plus the sum, where should I write it? Xk squared plus the sum of xi, xj, okay, yan siya. This is not a double summation, ha? Meaning, this is the sum of the pair, ij, such that for this one, I is always less than j. Okay? Nakuha ninyo? And J would now, okay, I is always less than J. Okay? Nasabtan ninyo na eh? Yeah, this one. But then, note that this should be counted twice, right? For example, x1 and x2 would appear twice. x1, x3, x1, because of commutativity would appear twice. So that means that I have to write 2 there. Okay? Nakuha ninyo? So this means that this one is summation of x k squared plus 2 summation of 1i less than j less than equal to n of xi xj. Okay. Wait. Ang Sn pa rin, no? Wait. This is just xk squared. Okay? Meaning now the expectation value of this, when we take now the expectation value of that would be the expectation value of this one. Okay? But what is this one? Wait. The expectation value of summation of xk squared plus, okay, this is 2 times the summation of at tulo lang kada tawo ibutang. That means mo ni siya, no? This one right here, e of xi xj. Can you follow? Okay. Kani siya karon is we have IID. That means that this can be written as E of xi, E of xj. Okay? E of xi and E of xj. But then, E of xi is just mu, right? Tama? And of course, they are identically distributed. So this means this is just again mu. So this is just mu squared. Now, how many terms are this? It's not n. It's actually n taken 2. It's a combination. Walay gab repeat, di ba? Walay 1-1, walay 2-2. Okay? So it's a combination 2. That means, okay, by the way, what is this? Okay? Okay, this is just E of xk squared plus 2n2, right? Mu squared. Okay? So what is now the expectation value of x squared? This is just sigma squared minus mu squared, right? Tama? Because sigmas, no. Sakto. No? Wait. We take out the summation first. Summation of E of x squared. Okay? Tama? And then, this one now, right here, since nasa summation, so magkaroon og n, right? N times that. So this is now n times this. But this one is just equal to, okay, sigma squared minus mu squared. Tama ba? Because sigma squared is E of x squared minus mu squared. Wait, plus. Right? So, this is n sigma squared plus n mu squared plus, unsa ni siya? N taken 2. Okay, by the way, n taken 2. So this is now n times n 2 times n factorial na kay n minus 2 factorial, right? I would write this as sa taas as n. I would write n factorial as n times n minus 1 times n minus 2 factorial times mu squared. This cancels out. This will cancel. So this is now n sigma squared plus n mu squared plus 2, wala na. N times n minus 1 mu squared. Okay, so this is just n squared minus n mu squared. So you will have now n sigma squared plus n mu squared plus n squared mu squared minus n mu squared. This will cancel. So this is equal to n times, wait lang. Sakto ba?
N sigma squared plus n squared mu squared.
N sigma squared.
Or n sigma squared plus n.
Wait. Sakto man, be? Wait lang, ha? Check natin ni siya. A of x squared is summation x squared. Yeah, n. N, so times a. Expecting something. Because ang n squared,
N squared sa asa.
wait lang ha. Ay, okay. This is now n times, I'll just write this as, sa'yo mabilin.
N sigma squared, sir.
N sigma squared minus, plus n squared mu squared. That means that the variance, okay, what is now the variance? Var of Sn would be equal to Sn pa nino? Ay, wait lang, asa naman ta? XK pa ni, right? This is still, wait. Times a. Wait, x e Sn, this is Sn squared minus, ay, times a. Mao ni siya. Ay, okay. So Sn pa ni siya. Tama? Wala pa taan eh. Okay. So this is now n sigma squared plus n squared mu squared plus, minus. Now, e of n Sn squared, again, this is, e of Sn is just n mu, tama? N mu. So this is just n squared minus mu, n squared mu squared. So this is just equal to n sigma squared. So the variance would grow by a factor of n. Okay? Now, this is now, as you can see now, we added this n random variables. What happens to the mean? It grows with a factor of n, and the spread would also grow with a factor of n. Murag ani siya. This is the original. This is 0, no? Let's take mu here. This is mu here. And this is, let's say the distribution is something like this. Now, when we add each xn, n times, we added n xk, in which xk are identically distributed. They have this distribution. The new mean would be here, which is, this is just n mu, right? And the spread now would be n times the spread of this. Na ano ninyo? The variance. So it becomes now, murag mo ana siya. Okay? Well, the height is the same. It could be ana, or yeah, probably mugamay pa, no, not the same. Okay? Something like that. Okay, nasabtan ninyo ang dynamics niya? Ang n is the number of times, pila kabuk atong terms, how many terms we have added? How many of those? We have added n xk's, in which each xk are identically distributed and independent, each of them. We added, they come from the same population, the same mean, the same variance. We get samples, x1, x2, and then we add those. Okay, the original distribution, okay, nakuha ninyong ano, you have this, something like a population. You take n samples. This population has this distribution. Okay? Now, ang gibuhat nato is, we sampled n, and then we add. What happens now to the sum? What happens to the mean and the variance? Well, the mean is expected to be, it's, wala, dili problema ang n, but what about the variance? Okay? And actually, in fact, the square root of the variance, which is the standard deviation, that's the measure of the spread. So meaning that this will spread square root of n times, tama? Because the standard deviation, which is the square root of the variance, is the average, the katong ano. So the width of this is square root of n times. Asa? No, that's the variance. Variance mo na. The standard deviation is the measure of the size. Yeah, the standard deviation. So ang SD would be equal to square root of n sigma, right? Okay? So muna yung nakakitabo no, ni times n siya, at the same time ni, okay na ano ninyo? Now, instead of Sn, I would like Xn. Because Sn diverges. It diverges. It's actually, as many as ano, magkadako. Okay? Mudako ang spread. I want something that is pick something, but then the spread will not change. Okay, I'll take now xn. X bar n, which is actually equal to Sn over n. Okay? And now, this is, what is now E of X bar n? This would be E of Sn over n. This is 1 over n E of Sn. And this is just equal to mu. Of course, this is actually the law of large numbers. If it is coming from a population of mean, let's say 60, whatever you take n samples, as when you take the average, every time gidungag nimo, take the new average and then take the new average. As you approach n to infinity, it will approach the true mean. Nakuha ninyo? Sabtan? Okay? You have, let's say you have a distribution of, you have numbers in a certain, coming from population. Let's say the mean of 60. You take 1. First take 50. Second take 55. What's the mean? 52, right? I don't know. 0.5. Another. The third one. Average again. Kuha nimo, let's say 65. Then nakuha nimo 2. Then you get another 99. And so on. As n approaches infinity, okay, you will approach to the true mean. Okay? This is just the law of large numbers. But what happens to the variance? The var of, let's calculate now the var of, x bar n, which is equal to the variance of 1 over n Sn. Right? Now, okay, do we have to do this again? Okay, I'll just take this as 1 over n. No, it's not yet, kung saan nato na siya mano, di ba? So this is again, e of what? Sn over n squared minus e of Sn over n squared, right? And this one, e of 1 over n squared times Sn squared minus, this is 1 over n e to the Sn squared. Diba? And we can now take this one. That is 1 over n squared e of Sn squared minus, and this is again 1 over n squared e of Sn squared. But this is just equal to 1 over n squared e of Sn squared. E of Sn squared, right? What was this? Usa gani ha? Mo ne? Wait, times sa yeah, it's already Sn. Okay, again, I'll take the Sn as the sum, right? So this is just the sum of xk squared, tama? Okay. Sn squared. Kapoy na kayo. Mo ne? Sure ba? So, this is n sigma squared plus n squared times mu squared. Now, times e of Sn naman eh. Wait. This is already variance, tama? No. Wait. No, dili. This one is gifactor nato natay e of Sn squared minus e of Sn ESN squared, but this is just the variance of what this one is. This is the variance of Sn, tama? This whole thing right here. Kani. So this is just times the variance of Sn. So this is now the variance of x bar n. But then, that would mean that as we increase n, the variance would keep on decreasing. And eventually it will, as n approaches infinity, the variance becomes 0. Right? And this is actually true. Meaning, if we take the averages, what is xn now? Xn is not the sum. We take n and then add it. Okay? Average it. Take n samples, average it. And then another. That's just one. That's just one xn. Nakuha? That's just one xn. Now add. Ito ba? Yeah. Or keep on averaging. Just keep on, yeah. Muragana, take another xn. What would happen? No, dili yun. I-average mo kada makuha ka. And what would happen is that the mean would converge to the mu, but then the variance would be 0. The fluctuation would vanish. Pagdaghan na kayo. Meaning, magkagamay ang fluctuation because you're actually, bukuha kag sample. You have this is population of mean mu. Okay. And sigma. Okay, mean mu. The more nga daghan imuhang kwaon, the more that you get a lot of these samples right here. Okay? The more that the closer, for example, in your first take, you get a X bar of, let's say the mean is 60. You get X bar of 59. And then you take again. Okay, let's take this as our n, our sample size here is 200. First, ano nimo is, let's say 59.8. X bar 2 is the next one, the next 100. Okay? You get 60.1. X bar 3. You get what? Let's say 60.01. Now, what happens if instead of 200, you just take n equals 5? Sa first nimo, possibly, that your X bar is, let's say, 58. Ang second nimo, your X bar is 42. Lagyo ang fluctuations. Right? Now, the more that I'm going to take a lot of this n, the more that it will be very close to, and now this distribution, I'm looking at the distribution of X bars. The more that it will, the fluctuation, when you take nasabtan ninyo? Ang kuan? Ang intuition? Okay, the more that the fluctuation would be, okay? So, that's actually what happens. Okay. Now, I want to find what is the distribution of the means, of these means. Okay, I would now want to get now psi x bar n of omega. And what is this? This is e of e to the I omega x bar n.
Balik ka sa concept.
Balik to dito. Tanaw na to, kung saan na to magbalik. And then this is equal to e of e to the I omega. What is x bar n? This is 1 over n summation of xk, right? And this one right here is, sa ato pa, this becomes now e to the, I'll take I of omega over n of the sum of xk. But what is now this is the sum. It becomes a product, right? Di ba? May mo siyang product. Asa na ganito? Okay, naanata dire. Ayaw. Okay. Okay, now, this is a, kung makita ninyo, this is a summation, di ba? X1, X2, X3, and so on. So, ibig sabihin, e to the nakay X1 plus X2. So, you have e to the X1, e to the X2, right? And since independent, these are independent, IID, so, we can, it becomes now e to the, diba? When you take the expectation value, right? So this is now e to the e x1, e x2, right? So this means that this becomes now, the sum is up to n, right? This is now equal to e of, I always keep on saying of, but basta e of, expectation of banday, I omega over n xk raised to n. Okay? Nakuha ninyo? Now, I like to remove the k since each x is identically distributed. So, the index would not matter, so it will just confuse. But what this one is this is just equal to this whole thing. This one here is is actually psi x of omega over n. Okay? Raised to n. Tama? Why is that n? Because you have a product. Tama? Nakuha? You have product. N times product. So that is now n. Raised to n. Sabta ninyo? Na po sa nilid ani? Dire? Okay? So, okay. Yeah, I think that means that the characteristic function of the mean is equal to the characteristic function of each x, of each xi. But it's not omega, but omega over n. Naadre. No? Take note of this. And that is just raised to n. Now, in order to deal with this one, I need to take the ln. Psi xn of omega, and this is now n ln psi x of omega over n. Now, that's why I introduced the cumulant generating function, because this is how makita na ninyo yung importance rin. You have now n, this is cumulant, right? Generating function. The cumulant generating function of, okay, by the way, this is x bar n. Okay? Now, okay na. So, I'll erase this one. Padulong ko dire. So, that means that ln psi x bar n of omega is n ln of psi x omega over n. Okay. I'd like to use this property. This only works for z less than 1. Okay? So, but, okay, in order to use this, I'd like to define z equals psi x omega n minus 1. Right? So that ln of psi x can be written as 1 plus z, tama? Okay? So this means that, okay, ln of psi x omega over n would be equal to z. What is z? That is psi x minus 1 plus, oh no, this becomes minus 1 half, no? Minus 1 half of psi x minus 1 squared plus some order 2 na lang. Okay? Now, we have to deal with this one right here. This is a Cauchy product. This is called the Cauchy product theorem. We'll use this one. You have an, Tn, the sum, times the sum of Bn, Tn would be equal to the sum k equals 1, n equals 1 to k equals 1 to n times I'll use k na lang, no? J. And then this is up to n diri, n. So this is n. And this is, I'll use I equals 1, j equals 1. This is AI B J minus, no. I minus J raised to T I. Yeah, this is the sakto. This is the Cauchy product. Okay. Now, look at this one. What is, ang usay ginaano na to? Psi x minus 1. What is psi x minus 1? Psi x minus 1 is, what was psi x ganiha? Okay. Let's expound psi x sa Let's expound psi x in terms of Taylor series. Psi x equals, this is omega over n in terms of Taylor series. This is 1 plus psi x prime of 0 omega over n plus 1 half psi x double prime of 0 omega over n squared plus 1 over n squared. Okay? Or z omega over n squared. Guys, can you still follow? So that means that psi of x minus 1 is this. And what this one is mu, right? This mu times omega over n plus this one is 1 half times. Okay, let's just call this mu 2. I'll define mu n equals E of xn. Okay?
So, mu1 is Romeo.
Okay? So, mu n, so this is mu 2, right? Okay? Mu 2 omega over n squared plus, okay. Now, this means that this would be my A1. What's my A2? A2 would be this, right? And I don't care about A3. You can still get A3 there. Okay? Now, let's use this one. Okay, let's use the theorem, but by when we square this one, this becomes now, unsa siya? The double sum, this is I think sayo pa akong gisulti. Gibutang. AJ yata ni AJ day ni. Okay, this is AJ. I minus J. Okay, this is summation in J. This is summation in I. Okay. times T TI. Save to niya. I think this is correct. Yeah, ganiha B. Okay. All right. Let's do Z. Kani, okay, walay problema. That means that, okay, ln of phi x omega over n equals this. I'll write this whole thing as asterisk. So sa ato pa, this is just asterisk. Minus 1/2 asterisk squared, right? Okay? Plus O order to the 2. Okay. Now, let's take this asterisk squared. What is asterisk squared? Okay, asterisk squared is just, alright, A1, sa T1, that would be, for T1, T raised to 1, that would be, it comes from A, okay, magsugod taog A0, no. A1, A0. Wait. A1, 1 minus 1, so A0. What is A0? What is A0? A0 is 0, right? No, wala may t to the 0. So meaning wala kay constant. So that is 0, right? Plus, okay, how about the squared? Sa t squared. Sa t squared, you have A1 n I equals 2 na karon, di ba? 2. T squared, 2. And then the partner of A1 is n minus 2. I minus 2. I minus 1. 2 minus 1 because I now is 2, right? I. So AJ. So A1, dayon I minus 2. So this is A1. Plus J equals 2. So A2, 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is? Wait. 2 minus 1 is A1, tama? Ay, no, 2 minus 1 is 1. Sakto ba? When J, wait lang ha. Wait, J, No, it becomes negative na. Because 2 minus 2 is 0. 0. So I think this now becomes A1 squared. T squared, tama? Right? But this one is 0. Okay? So that means that this whole thing is okay. You have mu times omega over n plus 1/2 times mu2 omega over n squared plus that plus kani diba sa z squared ta. What is a z squared magsugod? This is kani, right? What is A1? That's just this is A1 mu, right? So this is mu minus 1/2. So minus 1/2 times mu squared omega over n squared. Sakto? Plus that. And then plus some O. Sarang O diha. Okay? Depende og asa ka mo start. Mo stop, no? Kung mo stop ka sa 10, Okay. Okay. Now, this means that actually we should have used the cumulants dire. Note that this is mu over n. Of course, this is the first cumulant, diba? Plus, okay. Kanisya, na siya partner dire, right? So, squared. Okay, this is squared. So, you have now 1/2 mu 2 minus mu squared, right? Omega over n squared plus some, right? But this one is just sigma. Tama? Wait. Okay, times up. There's I. Wala na ako na anong I. There's I here. Okay. Hindi, okay naman. Kaya anyway, the sign lang, ang sign lang mo ano. I have not, napay I. This is I, and this becomes I squared, right? So minus. So this becomes a minus. So this becomes sakto? And then ang dire, unsay nahitabo dire? Nawala na. When you take the square, so I think mahimo ra ni siyang negative, mo reverse lang siya, no? Anyway, it's the sign later atong kuanon to. So to say, meaning that this implies that, asa na ta? ln x of omega n equals, asa na ni? Kato? Asang psi? Ay. ln psi x of omega over n times n, right? Because ganihan ay n, di ba? We are evaluating this, tama? We have just evaluated this. Times n, this becomes mu omega minus, you have n squared, so you have now minus 1/2 sigma squared over n omega squared, right? Plus ang yan, anang ay, mo na ning dire na negative. Na ay. Okay. There's I here. Asa? Asa? Ay, bahala na, basta na ay diha. Asa na ta? So, this is, right? This is, di ba, this was, mo na itong ginapangita, tama? Of omega is equal to e to the I mu omega minus 1/2 sigma squared over n omega squared plus okay, now we take now the limit. What we want is actually the limit, the limiting case, the limit of psi x bar n omega as what? N approaches infinity. So this is just actually equal to e to the I mu omega. Unsa ni siya? This is the CF of the Dirac mass. And in fact, if we want to take now the density function of this, let's call this f of x. Let's f of x delta of this Dirac mass. This is just the integral of e to the I mu omega times, unsay times nato dire? E to the I omega x. Inverse Fourier transform, 1 over 2 pi. So this is negative. We have to take this density function by the inverse Fourier transform. So it becomes negative now. Then this is the omega. So this is actually equal to 1 over 2 pi, the integral from minus infinity to positive infinity of e to the I mu minus x omega d omega, which is the Dirac delta function. Okay? So what is now? Dirigi ka ng Dirac delta function. Okay? Hindi, just to show you asa gikan. So let's understand now the Dirac delta function. Masabtan na ninyo ron asa ang gikan ng delta function. The delta function is the density function of the Dirac mass. Of the Dirac distribution. Now, ani ang there's a conflict between probabilists and analysts. Analysts and physicists use distribution to mean density function. But sa probability, we define the distribution as a measure. Right? The density function, pero the thing is, when physicists would say density function, including functional analysts, sa functional analysis, when they say distribution, they mean density function. Okay? But for probabilists, when the probabilist would say density distribution, it means a measure. Okay? So the Dirac measure is not the Dirac delta function. The Dirac delta function is the density function of the Dirac measure. Now look at what happened to x. As we take on, say nahitabo, di ba una-una, di ba? This is mu, right? X bar. The mean is here. But as we increase the n, it becomes sharper and sharper, right? To the point now, what happens to the variance? I showed to you that the variance would vanish to 0. Motong ganiha. Right? It would vanish to 0. In fact, this is not actually the Dirac delta function. Wala mo yung klase? Oh. Oh. The delta function, the Dirac delta function has no form. It has no closed form. This is a Fourier representation of the Dirac delta function. No, this is mu minus x di. This is unsay sakto? Mu minus x, no? Mu minus x. Now, why is this because we know that this is a density function. We know that we integrate the Dirac delta function mu minus x dx over all space, we should get 1, which is the Dirac measure. No, the Dirac measure is specific. Okay? So dirigikan, in fact, what's the Dirac delta function is the derivative of the Heaviside function, the step function. What was the step function? The CDF. What's the derivative of the CDF? The density function. Ganihan, wala na ako gidiretso, di ba? But I told you that this is the derivative of we need that derivative. Pero wala, gikuha na to ang CF. Okay? We take the CF of it and okay? So the derivative of the Heaviside function or the step function is actually the delta function. The Dirac delta function. Diha na siya gikan. The derivative of the Heaviside function, the step function, is the Dirac delta function. Because di ba what's the step function? Di ba you know the step function? Tong ana mo kalito gana. Okay? That's a step function. The derivative of that is the Dirac delta function. Now, this integral right here is not pointwise convergent. Okay, you can show that for finite, na siya value, but for infinite, it will, wala siya consistent nga, no? So, it's not convergent. That's why, sa distribution theory, man good niyo sa masabtan, because the distributions, in a sense, when I'm talking about distribution in the perspective of in a functional analysis perspective, is that these are actually, you apply them to functions. For example, t of sum f is equal to integral of, let's say, if t represents delta, so delta f dx. And the resulting number, okay? This is nasa resulting number, di ba? This is f of evaluated at that point nga kuan. Okay? Grabe ni siya meaning. In fact, natin ginatawag nga distribution. Sa distribution analysis, mura ni siya gana. Functions, ordinary functions are like actions. These are acts. Distributions are like philosophy, rules, ideas. They don't have a form. Actions have specific form, diba? Ideas, wala. You would know an idea. You would know, for example, this person believes in ghost. The person believes in ghost. That's, the distribution is something like his belief in ghost. The action is, let's say, the situation. I don't know, not the action, the situation. The actual situation is, when you expose that person to a haunted house, he will have a specific action. That specific action is the kaning dire. That real number nga ni-produce siya dito. So, kumbaga pa, you will know the distribution by its action on a function sa inner product. Di na ta mag-abot dira kay madugay na punta. But anyway, that's when we talk about distribution. So, karon unsa ang Dirac delta function? The delta function is the density function of the Dirac mass. Whenever na, unsay nakita nato? X bar n. When you take n approach to infinity, what would happen? The variance would vanish. Unsay mahitabo? The variance vanishes. The mean is the same. Wala nag-move. The variance vanishes, so that means in order to keep it sa 1, unsay mahitabo niya, di ba? Taas kayo. And that's actually that's why that's the density, the Dirac delta function nga mo describe ato. Okay? Now, ako na lang humanon. Kay, this is a general case because what we obtain here, right here is, dire pa, I don't want this. Why? Because this diverges. I mean, we don't have a distribution. We have a collapsing, the randomization. Also, the Dirac delta function is the distribution of any constant random variables. Right? It's understood. Any constant random variables. So in fact, Dirac wanted, di siya nagsugod sa Heaviside function. Take the derivative. And later on, sa measure theory, you would understand that it would make sense if this delta function nga gibuhat ni Dirac is a density function. Okay? Of this Dirac mass. Okay? And di ba, pag ingon ko sa inyo sa una nga, ato nang bumalik, ato na ng kuan. Anyway, what we want now is that since xn, what happens to x bar n? It collapses. I would want something that, okay, I would want a rescaling. I-rescale na ako siya. So I would need another random variable. Let's call this random variable Zn. Defined as x bar n minus mu. Okay? I'll subtract it to the mean in order to, kumbaga pa, to put it into 0, to center it, right? And now, what happens to the variance when we take Sn? The variance is nag-usa siya, nag-multiply og n, tama? Okay? So in order to not to katupong ato siyang wala siyang gi-multiply, what happened to the variance? Di gamay. So somewhere in between atong ano. So we will scale this now by some square root of n. And to keep it sa dito sa mean, if this is mu, na naman ta diri karon, right? Because we have no x bar minus mu, we have to add mu right here. Okay? So, okay. Let's call this b yn na lang. Okay? Now I would now want to take yn equals now mu plus square root of n x bar n minus n. Or actually, I can write this as the summation of xk minus mu over n, right? So this means that this is the sum of xk minus mu over square root of n. Sakto ba? Or 1 over square root of n summation of xk minus mu. Okay. Now, I would want now to take the CF of this one. Yn. Omega. So, again, unsa ni siya? E to the I mu plus 1 over square root of n summation of x. I'll just use x minus mu omega, right? Sa sunod. This is now, I can separate this e to the I mu omega. So, pwede na ko siya igawas, right? E to the I mu omega. E to the summation I of omega over square root of n of the sum of x minus mu, right? Kaya siya? We have this summation again. Ako ni siyang kuanon dire. This is a product now. So sa ato pa, this is I mu omega, and this one right here is just, okay, ako na lang idiretso ha, this is I x minus mu of omega over square root of n raised to n. Kuha na niyo? Okay. Now, this is almost, pero you have a square root of n. Okay? What would happen is that if we have a square root of n, I'd like you to show the same ang yung buhaton no para makasave tawag time. This one is actually just this one would lead to e to the do the ln again. This one would lead to take the limit. Kay tungod sa square root of n man gud ma-change siya. So ganiha ang nabilin isang mu n. Pero because of the square root of n, what would vanish when you take the limit is minus 1 over sigma squared. Omega squared. Okay? Mo-vanish na siya. So meaning that this psi y of omega is equal now to E of I mu omega minus 1/2 sigma. When we take already, we have taken already the limit, ane.
Diba sir, natin yan, ganina, yung square root na to.
Oh.
Unang mawala sa...
Oh, pag take sa sa limit. So you have to work on this one. When I say work on this one. Okay? Sigma omega squared. That means now that our f of y, we have already taken the limit aniha and approaches infinity. Mo tong nawala tong ano dito, naimawala nga uban. Okay? So this is now the inverse Fourier transform, this is, anong omega man eh? This is x, right? This is now x. Because we have already, inverse Fourier transform, 2 pi of the integral of, okay. Right, times that. Yeah. E to the minus I omega x, e to the I mu omega, e to the minus 1/2 sigma squared omega squared d omega. So this is minus infinity to positive infinity, 1 over 2 pi integral of e to the this is I, this now becomes x minus mu omega e to the minus 1/2 sigma squared omega squared d omega. We can integrate, this is there's an integral ani. Okay? The integral of e to the minus alpha, I alpha x e to the, I think, you can,
E to the, kung ano rin mo, kung ay natin, e to the negative. Punta na ito ba, sir? Beta x. Beta x squared.
Minus, murag, may 1/2 diri, minus beta x squared, tama? Gani? Dx, I think this is equal to minus infinity to positive infinity. This is equal to square root of pi over kaniyata beta. Square root of pi over beta e to the minus alpha squared over 4 beta. Okay? This is integral. This is you can find this in the Gaussian integrals. Okay? Now, if that's the case, unsa may nato? Ang atoang alpha would be equal to x minus mu, and our beta is 1/2 sigma squared. That means now that our density function, I'll just use x now dere. Nakuha? X nga, dili tong x ganiha. This is a different x now. But this is y, pero I'd like to use x. Because we already, f of x, square root of pi, so square root of pi over beta. So, mahimong 2 pi over beta. Beta is sigma, so sigma squared, square root, times e to the minus x minus mu squared over 2 sigma squared. This is actually what we call this is 1 over square root of 2 pi sigma, or sigma square root of 2 pi e to the minus x minus mu squared over 2 sigma squared. This is now the normal distribution function. So that means the normal distribution function is the distribution of katong yn. What was our x? Ganiha? Our y, no? Our yn is mu plus square root of n, x bar minus mu, right? We have this. This is actually what I have proven to you is what I have proven here is what we call the central limit theorem. But this is a modified central limit theorem, because ang central limit theorem is they use the Zn x minus mu over sigma over square root of n. When you take this, take psi of Zn, you will lead to not this one, but the standard normal. Or we note this now as n of mean mu and sigma squared. But if you use the sa classical central limit theorem, what you will obtain, if this is your Zn, you will obtain n01, the standard normal distribution. But I don't want that because I want this. Because this is the general form. The general normal distribution. And the central limit, ang pinaka central limit theorem, katong classical nga when you take this, you have the standard normal, which is just equal to 1 over square root of 2 pi e to the minus z squared over 2. This is the standard normal distribution. Sa ato pa, unsay kuha nato kare, we have yn. If we approach this to katong x bar n ganiha, okay, the normal distribution would approach the Dirac delta function. And it should. Because kani as the scaling is gone, kani as we take this to, you will get the Dirac delta distribution. Kanawa, ano na niyo? Kanina man ang scaling, right? Gani ha, di ba? We have xn, right? When we get the delta, the Dirac delta function. Okay? Now, that means, ang sabi ni tabuan we have this, munang naabutan What happens if we take the scaling n to 1? We don't scale at all. We don't scale and we don't move. Tanggalon nato ning we're back with katong ganiya sa xn, x bar n. Okay? So, you see now the relationship of the Gaussian, the normal distribution, or also called the Gaussian. Usually, a statistician would call it normal because that's something like normal because the shape of the normal distribution is like this. Something like, di ba, mas less imong makita nga chance to find the farther you are from the mean is much lesser. That's why it's called normal distribution. But in fact, physicists call it Gaussian. Gaussian ang And analysts also call it Gaussian. But statistician, ako naanad ako sa normal manggod niya. Because whenever I talk to my clients, I speak of normal. Gusto ko Gaussian dito, di kasabot Gaussian man na siya. So, anyway, the standard normal is this one. So, ang atong kuano po is ang z-test. So, at least karon manggod ang sa nakakuha niya. So I think sa nato, yeah, we can now move ang next nato magsugod na tagbalik sa physics. Na lang siguro gamay na lang kulang. Finishing touches na lang. Napa ko'y gusto nga gusto nga distributions of random variables nga normally distributed. What would happen? Because natay mga ma-derive dito nga mga special functions. Sa mga distributions of normally distributed random variables ba? And then take the functions of normally distributed. So let's say kay xk normally distributed. Functions of f of xk. So natay makuha nga mga special functions diya. I think kana na lang dayon